Awesome.
Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing you another nerdy video. I'm once again joined by Skullduggery TV.
Greetings. This is a different scenario.
Yes, this is a sort of bonus side chat, where we're not going to be talking about the Lord of the Rings movies, but at some point we probably should. But we do.
I can't wait for that.
We do have a list of what to get through first.
Yeah, we should reach the Lord of the Rings movies by what, 2030?
Oh yeah, because again, like we have, we have to do the Star Trek movie and the show. Sorry, not Star Trek. Sorry, Stargate.
Yeah.
After we do the Alienverse stuff, with some small breaks for like the One Piece and whatever season is covered in Alien Earth. Because I feel like we should cover Alien Earth.
Yeah. It's on Hulu. It's going to be on Hulu, and I think it's one season, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, no. But if there's another season that goes by later on in the year, like, within the years, like as we're doing this. But yeah, so this is not for us to talk about Lord of the Rings. Well, it is in a sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing They did not give it a Lord of the Rings title. They gave it Middle Earth: Shadow of War.
Yeah, the Tolkien estate is they're very adamant when it comes to what you can and cannot use when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
Well, see, that, and also they wanted to make sure that it was clear that, like, yes, the One Ring and all that stuff will be mentioned, but it's not part of the overall big story of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's kind of unofficial, kind of like fun fan fiction kind of thing.
Well, yeah, they basically took grey areas of the Silmarillion and inserted some stuff into it themselves.
Oh, so they did what Rings of Power tried to do, only better.
Yeah. Because again, unfortunately, as like the Silmarillion, fantastic book, folks. It has a fantastic set of short stories that Tolkien used as basically the history from when he was writing Lord of the Rings. Like he had actually no intention of ever selling it. Like there were just notes from like, okay, so when he made a character, he was like, okay, this is the character's backstory, and this is their story, and then okay, so this will affect them this way, in terms of Lord of the Rings. And then, like, again, he was fantastic in terms of creating a universe.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of grey area, like, in between, like, the vast ages. Because Middle Earth is it is extremely old. Like, some ages go on for...
Sorry, I'm just going to say your microphone's kind of cutting off from me again.
Alright, well, it doesn't
Discord, man. Fucking Discord, man.
Yeah, well, you don't matter. It's at least my OBS is picking me up.
Right in the soul. Right in the soul.
But yeah, so I'm going to be playing this, folks. Now, again, I've already covered a Let's Play series of this game, so that's why you're not hearing the game. Because the main point of this video is simply for us to be talking about this game and its previous game, The Shadow of Mordor, and just the complete and utter bullshit that exists around it. Now, keep in mind, folks, I love the game. I absolutely love it. So, but let's see here, though. Let's figure something out. Let's see, that's this one. Brutal. Enemies are as fast and intelligent and lethal as on Gravewalker, but your damage is greatly increased, and your might and rate meter feels faster, allowing you to use more special moves. You have one last chance by default. Ooh, okay, so that's less difficult than that's like Gravewalker light. I don't know why it's below that though. Now let's see what's Gravewalker. The ultimate test of your skills. All enemies strike faster, deal more damage, and take more punishment. Grunts are far more formidable, and you have no last chances. Death will be frequent.
Delightful.
That is clearly the highest difficulty.
Yeah, I imagine Brutal is probably what you unlock if you've beaten Gravewalker.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you've beaten Gravewalker, so now we're going to give you a little bit of a buff, and you get one last chance.
Yeah.
You know what? I like the idea of showcasing Celebrimbor a bit more, because you don't get to use. It'd be fun to use his abilities. Okay, so while that is going on, folks, now the topic of today's discussion is going to be pretty obvious, to quote a famous wizard. Actually, in fun fact, he didn't actually say that in the book. The line is actually it was quite obvious. But I'm so glad in the fucking movie he went for the whole pretty obvious. And that delivery that actor did was fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God, can't Peter Jackson just make an accurate adaptation? No, I'm kidding.
Well, it wasn't Peter Jackson.
Oh?
It was. I'm talking about Harry Potter, like.
Sorry, you were talking about Lord of the Rings. I just thought.
I said wizard. So yeah, the wizard I was referring to was Gilderoy Lockhart. The famous line he says that's been memed after he gets knocked the fuck across the Great Hall by Snape.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's trying to save face by being like, oh yeah, I could have blocked that, but it would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Like no, just no. So we're going to be talking about. The main topic of today, folks, is the Nemesis system.
Yes.
Like, oh my fucking god. The Nemesis system, folks, how should I put it? It would have revolutionized the gaming, like just gaming in general, especially RPGs. Like, it is just wow. Now, this game came out. Oh, when did this game come out? Let's see here.
It was the 2010s, wasn't it?
I think that was Shadow of Mordor, the one before.
And for the viewers just watching, like, I've never played these games. I've just watched the gameplay, so
yeah.
I'm familiar with the Nemesis system. I know what it does, but my thoughts on the matter are pretty much going to be probably the same as Celtic's when it comes to WB's handling of it.
Okay, October 10th, 2017. So yeah, 2017. Now, there's some extra bullshittery to this, especially given how certain of certain practices WB Interactive did when creating these games, all the way back in Shadow of Mordor. So, let's see. Shadow of Mordor, just to give a context for that, came out in 2014. Okay? So, around the time that Assassin's Creed was reaching the height of its popularity.
Yeah, it did kind of remind me of Assassin's Creed when I saw gameplay. Isn't there like a tower map opening system in it as well?
Yes, there is. And that is part of the controversy, because it was discovered that Warner Brothers Interactive used Assassin's Creed programming for this game, as well as one other famous WB game. It wasn't as obvious in one of the games, but it became more and more obvious as time went on.
Oh God.
I'm of course referring to the Arkham game franchise.
Oh, they took. Oh, is it like the combat system?
No, not so much combat. It's more the parkour programming and all that, like how Batman moves around and all that.
Oh, okay.
Now again, it's not as obvious in Arkham Asylum. Because it is very limited, but when you get into the later Arkham games, it does become a bit more and more apparent. Also, folks, I did install the special DLC for the Xbox One X, Series X, the 4K upgrade pack. Now, it's probably lost a little bit due to the fact that my thing is being redirected into my computer then into the telly. So like there's a middleman between my Xbox and my television. So we're probably not going to get the full 100% 4K effect, but
Yeah,
we'll get some of it.
I think if you have a PC screen that doesn't support 4K, I think it just defaults to the next highest setting it can handle.
Yeah, I have HD settings. Like,
yeah, that should be fine then.
Yeah. Okay, so but yeah, folks. Now, unfortunately, I can't. Let's see. We're not quite at the point where I can showcase some of the uniqueness of everything.
Yeah, but I'm sure at the same time, if people are tuning in, like by this point, especially if people are tuning in who have played the game, you know what the Nemesis system is.
Oh yeah, you should.
Which it is a unique system.
Oh yeah, and there's a reason why I say it could have revolutionized gaming. Because there are some games that would have quite easily would have benefited from it.
Hell yeah.
Now, there are some companies that did attempt to get around the patent, and see, that's the big controversy, folks, is Warner Brothers Interactive stole some programming from Ubisoft, but then they didn't pay Ubisoft anything for it. They then immediately patented the Nemesis system so that no other company can use it until 2036.
Which, now, just from a developer standpoint, is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why we're discussing this now, folks, is not because the bullshit of the patent itself, because this is ancient history, because it's back in 2014 that they did this. The reason why it is bullshit, and the reason why we're going to be discussing it today, is because of goddamn Warner Brothers Interactive has shut down their subsidiaries. They shut down these other companies, and they have this patent, and for 11 fucking years. Actually, no, we're only in 2015. I'm going to round back down to 10. Okay, for 10 fucking years they had this system. And keep in mind, folks, they have released other games in the meantime. Okay, sorry, their subsidiaries have released games. Warner Brothers Interactive is one of those game companies that really don't make games themselves that much. They more so look to other companies to do it. But either way, they own a few companies, so they should get fucking called out for this. For 10 fucking years, they had this patent, and all they have done with it is 2 fucking games. By the way, I love what they did with Shelob in this, because of the fact that she's part spirit entity.
Oh yeah, so the fact that she can kind of turn human is kind of canon to the universe.
Yeah, because Ungoliant is not like she's not just a big spider. She is some kind of ancient entity that apparently existed before the Middle Earth was even created. It's weird. Oh, okay. No one knows the true origins of Ungoliant, who is Shelob's mother. They just happen to take the form of spiders. Now, mind you, there are some true spiders that existed, and Ungoliant and Shelob mated with them, and that's why you get actual spiders. But the thing is, Shelob is she's direct daughter to Ungoliant. Which is why she clearly inherited some powers, but she's neither good nor evil. Shelob is out for herself, just like how Ungoliant is out for herself. But anyway, so for 10 fucking years they have not done this. Now I want to remind folks that I'm not going to count the Mortal Kombat games. Can't really count them. Can't count their fighting games, because what are you going to fucking do with the Nemesis system in a fighting game? There probably is some way to do it, but I'm just not sure how you would implement it. But we've had Batman games. Imagine the Nemesis system in one of the Arkham games. Like, obviously, it wouldn't affect the iconic characters. But imagine if the goons And then, okay, fair enough. One could argue that the Nemesis system only works with games where the protagonist could come back to life. But that's only in the aspect of, let's say, you because again, the Nemesis system is not just about when your character dies, the enemies mock you and they remember that. But like, you could have had goons that after getting beat up by Batman come back and comment, like you could have given the goons levels. They could have busted out of jail or gotten sprung by some of their allies. There are ways you could have done it in the Arkham games.
Like having NPCs that are very much remember you and are aware of the things you've done, like it would have created a much more immersive experience.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so much, and especially if you had developers that would just push it to the limits to see what it could truly do. But WB just they haven't got a single
sat on
their body.
Yeah, they just fucking sat on the pans. Also, let's get away from the Arkham game. What about Hogwarts Legacy? There's a whole group of poachers that exists within that game setting.
Yeah,
like
just that. Like you can extend it to the students as well.
Yes. Like you might have a rival. Now I have my gripes with the Hogwarts Legacy in on itself. How it was a wasted potential because they took out several key features that everyone fucking wanted, such as you properly sneaking out at night, and then the prefects and the teachers patrolling the halls. People wanted a proper class system. But like again. If anyone's familiar with the classic game Rockstar, made by Rockstar, Bully is 2 decades old, and and I'm pretty sure Rockstar doesn't have a fucking patent on how the class system would have worked in that game. So,
yeah, and it's again, this is the thing, like, and Nintendo's guilty of this as well, like because they that Pal World incident.
Oh yeah.
They Pal World was out for like an entire year, I think, and it gained so many players. And Nintendo had threatened to sue over and over and over again, and there was no grounds for them to sue because it is its own game, basically. Like there's very little in the way that's similar to Pokemon. And
they only sued after it started gaining in popularity.
Oh no! What they did was worse. The capture mechanic in Pokemon that you throw a thing and catch the monster based on chance. They patented that mechanic a year later just so they could have an excuse to sue Pal World because Pal World uses the same mechanic.
I hope they. I hope any kind of patent office laughed them out there. Like
no, they actually own the patent now. They own that mechanic, and they did it just out of spite so they could sue the Pal World devs. And this is one of those things where because Nintendo. Again, like when you look at Breath of the Wild, they took, again, just like with what Warner Brothers did with Shadow Mordor and stuff like that, like Nintendo borrowed mechanics from Assassin's Creed, like the tower system and stuff like that. Like there's every game, every dev company borrows
from others.
From others, yeah. It's how they. It's how you innovate.
Yeah, basically. It's that's why. It is so that's why it's so weird. That's why there was such outcry when it was first revealed that the Nemesis system was patented, because it is so against the norm of other companies. And again, the fact that they did it after they themselves stole programming.
Yeah, that's WB. I think they're kind of up there with EA as some of the and Ubisoft, the 3 of them are tied for the most hated companies.
Yeah. Now, mind you, with Ubisoft, I feel like it's more so their attitude in terms of interacting with fans that's giving them shit. At least when they make their games, the games are actually fun, and there's no controversy in how the game was, overall developed. Now, there is some controversy in terms of, again, made so by the way they interact with their fans. Such as with the Yosuke situation.
Oh yeah. Well, there's also that, and the fact that the last few years they have released unfinished games. Again, to look at Star Wars Outlaws, for example. That game was released. It was basically just a really piss poor, shallow sandbox with a Star Wars skin. Really, it didn't really offer anything new or innovative. It was just kind of a thing that existed, but had like so many broken mechanics that it's like it
Yeah,
did
I
piss
heard
poor.
I heard there was supposed to be a stealth thing, but then like stealth gameplay was practically unplayable.
Oh yeah, no, it is because it's like, but that's the thing. Like, you could be standing in front of them as well, and they still won't react to you. Basically,
Yeah.
like it was
Now,
such a mess.
now I will say, in all fairness to Ubisoft, they do go through lengths to try and fix it. Now, should they still release the game? No,
No,
but at least they acknowledge, like, okay, we fucked up, we'll patch it. Unlike EA, who's like, oh, we fucked up a game release. Should we
yeah.
patch it and fix it, or should we abandon the game? Let's
Oh
abandon
god.
the game.
Oh god, yeah. No, like what's it? Fucking Jedi Survivor. The last what's the name of it again? You know, the one with Cal Kestis.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order.
Yeah, so Jedi Survivor has been on PC for I think what's it, a year now, and they still haven't fixed it. Like it's still a really horrible port. Like they're just focusing on the console version entirely. So they're it's very rare that you'll get companies like say Arrowhead, for example, who are just very much in tune with the community and will do everything in their power to ensure that they're the people that basically make them money
Oh yeah, I will say
are
Rare
happy.
and Microsoft. Like, see, this is one thing I do like about you have to give props to Microsoft. Like, they look like with their subsidiaries, they look after them. And like because like look at Rare with Microsoft. Look at Wildcard Studios with Microsoft.
Hmm.
Like, no, okay, Rare is not as small of a company as Wildcard Studios. Wildcard pretty much got started initially because of Ark Survival Evolved, but like then Microsoft bought them. But like Microsoft doesn't throw its weight around. Like they let them cook basically.
Yeah.
Like again, like look at Sea of Thieves by Rare.
Yeah, like that game. I remember when that game released. It was basically the pirate version of what's that? It was the PS4 game. It was like you're just flying through space, and like there was so many broken promises with the
Oh,
game.
No Man's Sky.
That's it. It was basically that when it first released. There was very little in the way of content, and fair play to them. They actually did eventually start fixing it and adding content. And now, again, these are things that should have been there to begin with, but when a company owns up to its mistakes, that's where like they start to really get into the good graces of the players. Warner Brother just doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, no one, like, for example, they kept quiet about there being no Quidditch until the game was actually released. From Hogwarts Legacy. Now, fair enough, it could have been a bit complicated to include Quidditch into it. But like,
I think they were making a Quidditch game as well.
yeah,
separately,
they decided
so,
that's what they decided to do. They're like, okay, this we could either delay Hogwarts Legacy and give you guys Quidditch, or we can hold off of it on it and sell you a much cheaper game later down the line that is actually Quidditch.
And if they want to do that, that's fine for doing that. It's just the thing they should have done is just tell people off the bat rather than just stay quiet about
and
it.
the entire advertisement of Hogwarts Legacy was supposed to be like us going to Hogwarts. So by cutting out a lot of the class systems that was in Bully, like we're not in Hogwarts. Like you do one class for some things, and then that was it. Now, back to the Nemesis system. Now, right here we have this Uruk commander. Sorry to use proper terminologies, because they're not actually orcs. They're Uruks. Orcs cannot go out into sunlight. They're not. They're not Uruk High. That is another difference. So here we go. Now this guy is going to be different every single time you play the game.
Oh, really? So they actually do change this enemy every time?
Yeah, because he's made by the Nemesis system. So Ronk the Warden, Warmonger Commander. So Warmonger is his tribe's name. Is the tribe he's part. So he's part of the Warmonger tribes. He is a commander. That's his class. So as oh wow, look at his immunities: arrow proof, fire proof, poison proof, beast proof. Dear God.
I am familiar with this aspect where sometimes the Nemesis system will just make an overpowered Nemesis, and it's like it struggle to find their weaknesses.
Advanced class emboldens those who fight alongside him, enabling them to fully unleash their battle list. Dazed by stealth, which we just did, and hints can be damaged by execution and can be damaged by stealth attacks. So execution is when we build up our might and we then press Y and B together to basically insta-kill.
Right, so it's kind of it's like the, when you knock out an enemy in the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Which, again, we're talking about, like, systems that other games utilize. Like,
Shit, I'm down!
Ever since the Arkham series. Oh, yeah.
Looking if I have one last chance.
Yep.
Oof.
Like, ever since the Arkham games had come out, so many games have utilized that combat system. Like, the Insomniac Spider-Man games basically use the Arkham combat, where it's like...
there's another game that could have benefited from it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But before I get into games that could have benefited from it, finish your thoughts, Sarah. Go on. Finish your thoughts. Like you were saying.
Oh, yeah, no, good.
No,
yeah, I was saying, like, again, like Arkham kind of changed the gaming platform because of its combat system. It was just one button and then Y to defend kind of thing.
And then B to stun.
Like there was combinations, but that you could use if you wanted a little bit more variety, but overall it was kind of a one button cures all combat system.
Yeah,
which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like it's
in all fairness, it allowed for people who were not as experienced. It was very like new player friendly, and so there's no problem with that. So again, like,
if they patented it, then there would be a problem.
Yeah. So, like, folks, this is not us just trashing like these games. Like, I really enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. Even like, I know the controversies behind the whole Harry Potter franchise now, but like, I don't give two shits. I enjoy it. Like, I don't agree with the person individually, but like, I really enjoyed it. I want to have my experience in Hogwarts. My only problem with that game was the fact that I was advertised one thing and I didn't get it. I still play it.
Yeah, and that's the downfall for many games like that. Again, it's like when you promise too much, and which, like, again, for No Man's Sky, the original guy in charge of developing that game, like, he had to step down because, like, the backlash, like, he overpromised and
apparently it has reached where they promised. But it just took them so long to get there.
Yeah, and fair play to the dev team who made the game. Like, they did it all for free. Like, they didn't charge a single penny to anyone that owned the game. They just we're updating the game slowly. We're giving it what it was promised, and it's free. Like, it's
other
free
companies would have charged money for it. Like, that's what I like about Microsoft and Wildcard Studios. Now you could argue this is more of a wildcard decision. But in all fairness, if Microsoft really did want to make extra money, they could have enforced it.
Well, that's the thing, because... Oh, yeah, no, sorry, go on.
When Wildcard Studios announced that before they do Arc 2, they're going to do Arc Ascended, which is basically a re-release of the original game, still full price, not discounted, but... Unlike with the other game, it has a whole bunch of new features, updated graphics, updated AI, all the shebang, even mod support for consoles, as well as cross-platforming. But instead of having to buy a season pass or any DLC again, you got all the classic maps from Ark Evolved for free when they get released, and they're handmade. So they're remaking each map by hand again. So it's not a simple copy and paste. I've played.
They're putting as much love into this one as they did the last one.
Yeah, it's just that you'll get the extra maps for free, along with any improvements. And again, Microsoft, being the owners of the company, could have easily stepped in and been like, "You're giving this away for free." No, you're charging. Everyone has to re-buy the map packs. But again, Microsoft didn't, because Microsoft is well aware, like, you know, if you piss off the fans, if you piss off the fans, they will, you know, not buy. Which is why, even though they could, they don't do exclusivities.
Absolutely, and that's kind of where Sony as well, because you're talking about exclusivities. That's kind of where Sony kind of falters as well, because if you like look up the devs for that are kind of partnered with Sony, like so many of the employees of those dev teams have come out and said, like, we want to make our games for PCs as well, but Sony ties their hands. Like, said, no, you can't. You can only make them for PlayStation. Up until very recently, I will say, because they're now bringing their games to PC.
Square Enix broke the dam on that, like, because they revealed like how Sony even got those exclusivity deals to begin with.
Yeah,
very shady backroom deals, and including threats. Obviously not threats to violence, obviously, but threats in terms of, well,
like, we'll fuck your reputation kind of thing.
Yeah, or we won't sell your thing on our console.
Oh, that's scummy.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. I knew that they had done some stupid things.
They've told companies, like, you will not release, you won't make anything for, basically, what's it called, Xbox.
Shit.
Yeah, that's why, for example, it wasn't just specific franchises, it was specific companies that were not releasing on...
Jesus.
Like, that's why we didn't get Kingdom Hearts and we didn't get Final Fantasies. Because, like, they told Square Enix, like, yeah, no, don't do business with Microsoft. Now, eventually, Square Enix was like, okay, no, we're making Final Fantasy 12 for Xbox 360, but you guys will get a different Final Fantasy, so you will have your exclusivity. They'll just have their own exclusivity. But then that changed so that both consoles got the exact same one, because Sony kept pushing demands for their Final Fantasy 12 to be different than what's it called, the... Oh shit, I had no fucking last chances.
Yeah.
I didn't notice I didn't have any last ones until just there. But yeah, they kept pushing, like, what they wanted, but their technology, like, the PlayStation couldn't handle it. So eventually Square Enix was like, you know what, no, shut the fuck up, you're now just getting the same one that Xbox was getting, the one with Lightning. And it's hilarious, because Sony overplayed their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And now, again, it's always the case where a company does that. A major company does that over a subsidiary. But, fuck! But yeah, like, Warner Brothers just, like, I don't know, I feel like what they did, in my opinion, is actually far worse than what Sony does. Because at least with the exclusivity, like, other companies can still vaguely do something similar. I don't know why we're zooming in on that guy. But with Warner Brothers, it was like, yeah, it was the patent, and then they did nothing with it. Now, they did reveal, like, oh, we're going to do a new game with the Nemesis, and people lost their shit. People were going apeshit. I was excited for it. And keep in mind, folks, this game is part of a franchise that I do not like.
Oh, sorry. Is it the Wonder Woman game?
Yes, I don't... folks, I'm not a DC fan. The closest thing to a DC fan I am is just Batman. Everyone else I don't like, because too many of the characters are way overpowered. Wonder Woman included. But I was excited.
I will just go DC fan. They're not. Well, discussion for another time.
But I was excited because I'm like, oh my god, it's been hold on, I'm doing maths, folks. Bear with me. Okay, it's been 7 years since Shadow of War. I was like, oh my god, what new things have they done to the Nemesis system? Because, like, the changes that they made between Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War was massive. And that was like a 5-year difference. Oh, sorry, no, 3-year difference. Sorry. So I was like, you can imagine my excitement. And then just last week, I read about that Warner Bros. Interactive is shutting down, as well as they're shutting down these other companies.
Yep.
And I'm like, no. And that's what I'm actually, hold on. Is it Warner Bros. Because I read it is Warner Bros. Interactive that's shutting down. Warner Brothers Games. Like, is it that? Okay, I thought they were interactive, but no, it's Warner Brothers Games. That's the thing. Okay, let's see. Please. After and three other development studios. Okay, so it's three of their subsidiaries. Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and Warner Brothers Games San Diego. Okay, so it's only those three things, thank God. But, like, again, it still means we're still saying bye-bye to the Nemesis system that was going to be in the fucking Wonder Woman game. Mm. And again, their patent holds until 2036, folks. Like, that is fucking ridiculous. And again, I feel like this allowed Nintendo to feel justified patenting their capture system.
Yeah. And that's what worries me. Like, I'm worried that this will just start creating a very, like, greedy companies like, again, like WB or even Nintendo. I know Nintendo is part of many people's childhoods. They're not a good game company. They make great games. Objectively, they're not a good company.
They are, okay, in my opinion, they're actually the worst game company. Because, now, folks, as you know, I call out Sony a lot for their exclusivity bullshit. And, you know, the bullshit that they do to trash Microsoft. Especially during the early years of when the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 were being developed. Like, Sony did some very bad fucking shit there. In terms of that, like, for example, Sony, there was a bit of a miscommunication between what the Xbox One DMR system was going to be. Some people, it was basically meant to be, again, anti-piracy. It was not to eliminate game stores, but basically you owned a game digitally once you installed the physical disc. You installed it, and you could take the disc out. You will never need to use the disc again. But basically the disc would be coded to your console and to your account. And if you were to resell it, people would have to spend a small amount of money to basically get to deactivate the old authorization on one console and then reactivate it for you. So if you bought a pre-owned game, you would have to spend like a little bit extra to essentially reactivate the code. This was intended so that discs would have a longer shelf life, because every time you use a disc, there is going to be some wear and tear. This was to basically limit that, and so that you wouldn't have to constantly swap out your discs. Now, there was, again, I can understand why people would misinterpret that, what I said just there. Like, that it could be a chance of, like, people misinterpreted that as in, like, oh, you're going to have to pay full price, you're going to pay for the game twice, basically. No, that was never the case. But once the rumor started going about, Sony execs, they were very quick to tweet about it, blog about it. Like, they pushed, they were very quick to jump into the bandwagon and call Sony out. Funny enough, it was also the same year that they got a huge fucking hack and data leak of people's credit card accounts and such.
Oh yeah, so that's just another day ending in Y for Sony, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's just hilarious that they're trying to again, it's the hypocrisy of, like, oh yeah, you're bad-mouthing this company because you're elevating a rumor to try and, you know, push your console over someone else's, but at the same time, your thing is just god awful.
Yeah.
In terms of its account security, which, folks, is extremely important. Like, don't.
Oh god, yeah. Like, that's the reason why so many PC players, when it came to Helldivers, remember they were saying, you have to have a PlayStation account to play Helldivers 2, and every PC player is like, not only does your account have shit security, we do not own PlayStations. Why the fuck would we want to have a network? To protect your network? And it's also why, like, the game is bad. Like, to put it into perspective, apparently the PlayStation Network ignores so many different internet security laws that it's actually illegal in multiple countries.
Oh my
And
God.
in those countries that it is illegal to have a PSN account, you can no longer play Helldivers.
Shit.
Yeah, so Sony and companies like them are just not good. And I still don't know why. Like Sony especially, the reason why we still have the console wars is because of them, because they genuinely continue to perpetuate it. You got Microsoft being like, no, yeah, games should be for everyone. Meanwhile, Sony, nah, we want exclusives. They're not a good company, and I don't know why people keep sucking their dick.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, so now that we're at this point, let's see if we can go into the number system just to show you. Okay, I only revealed one guy. Oh wait, no, sorry, didn't reveal. But we'll wander around and see if we can get some others. But okay, we have a machine tribe actually. So same class, folks. So this is actually a good comparison because it's the same class as the previous guy, but he's a different tribe member. So, for example, his immunities, he's only poison proof. That's it. He's enraged by mortal wounds. So he'll get a power boost when he gets low health.
Oh, great.
Dying Command drives orcs into a vengeful frenzy when he dies. Be prepared to battle his enraged avengers.
Oh, that's cool.
Tribe bonus, Machine Hook. Throws a chained hook at opponents and pulls them in, dealing heavy damage. His class bonus is a frontline warrior, so he charges in. However, if we look at his weaknesses, he can be he can be killed instantly by any kind of beast. He is terrified of an execution, so if he sees an execution, he will run off like a coward. He is a soft target, so he takes extra damage from arrows. And if you kill another captain in front of him, he'll become dazed. So yeah, so that's the sheer difference, and also his outfit is also quite different. We have a worm nearby. Now these guys are essentially spies and whatnot. Or actually, no, it's a dead orc. So which means he has information on his person. So we're not going to be reading his mind. We're going to be looting through his pockets. So let's read up on. Let's go at high. This is Captain Booth the Collector, Marauder Berserker. So we got another different class and a different tribe. So he has no immunities. Enraged by weakness, enraged by mortal wounds. He's a berserker, so chaotic warrior who becomes enraged in battle. The berserker thrives when damaging others. Furious charges after opponents, knocking them onto the ground and beating them. Dodge away when you see him coming. Rampage recklessly charges into battle, lashing out at anyone near his target, including allies. Now, his tribe bonus uses 2 crossbows at once to fire a hail of stunning bolts at opponents. He's a frontline warrior, vulnerable to stealth, fear of pinning, and fear of caragors, which are a type of wolf-like thing. So, again, his outfit is not quite different. I don't know why he doesn't have the usual traits. I didn't actually peg him for a Marauder because normally their outfits are vastly different in terms of the tribes. Marauders tend to wear, if we get a picture down here. So here we go. So you see that cap? You can see the Marauders there in their full glory. They're wearing old elven or old salvaged armor. They're marauders. They steal. They raid and they take shit. You can even see the Olakai, which is a different type of troll, wearing elven or some kind of special gauntlets. So yeah, this guy looks more like the Slaughter Tribe, which is a DLC one that I got.
All right.
But yeah, again, we got a machine tank. And he's a blood brother to an unknown captain. Ooh. If we manage to kill him, folks, we can actually get his brother to come hunt us down, and they will comment on it.
Yeah, like they do kind of, again, the Nemesis system, they make sure that you're connected, basically, in a way.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Which again is just all the more reason why it is just atrocious that we didn't get more.
Absolutely. And again, the amount of games, again, we're going back to the games that could benefit of it. I remember someone pointed out Cyberpunk. Like, RPGs like Cyberpunk could absolutely benefit it, like gangsters and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, actually, because there's the bounty system, the police, because you can go bounty hunting. Oh, you're absolutely right. So Red Dead could also work with that.
Yeah, that was another one that people kept pointing out as well, that when talking about the Nemesis system.
Okay, here's one that you wouldn't actually think of. Okay?
Okay.
Sims. Yep. Oh, don't have a thing left.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Yep. Good. Now you'll be so much easier to throw into the forge.
But he'll remember you.
I'll blow the bellows myself. That's his position as he's saying that just seems weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna level up. He might even get a new title. Oh shit, he jumped 10 levels. Oh no.
But again, that's the beauty of it, because again, it creates new challenges, which is
yeah.
what is so unique about the Nemesis system. It actually makes the NPCs, like even lower level grunts, all the more menacing.
Actually, I'm going to die to a grunt just to showcase that. Actually, now, let's see here. We just need any random group of orcs. Well, orcs. See, I say orcs because of the movies, but no, they're orcs. There we go. I'm not going to save myself, folks. I'm just going to let this happen. Shaka. So right now he gets names, and he actually would say Shaka. Like, and that's the beauty of it. Like the fact that they even have dialogue that is adjustable. And look, there we go. This little grunt now, he's at the pain, thing of the face. Oh, he didn't take that empty position. He's challenging another captain.
Oh,
fuck! I thought he would have taken the empty position.
He took someone else's position.
Oh shit! And he got an extra level, and there we go. He got a title. Oh wow! You know what? Sort of makes me want to get to speed through to the part where I can enslave Uruks, just so I can enslave him. Oh my god! He became an epic. He's not common. Yeah. Uruks have rarity.
Might have been a bad idea to let him kill you now.
Like, let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go. Let's start with the. Okay, for some reason my game is lagging a little bit. It won't let me go back to. Hold on, there we go. Let's see. I want to go to. Okay, so he's immune to arrows. Enraged by more wounds. So if I get him low on health. Also, I love his axe. Focus, Jason. Extremely skilled fighter, so he has an advanced class. So he's not just a frontline warrior. He is also a slayer. Slayer faces enemies head on and overpowers them with exceptional combat skills. Triple strike. Never heard of that. Attacks with a deadly 3-hit combination. Use caution when fighting up close. Which combined that with him being arrow proof. Tribe bonus. Okay, so he's a slaughter tribe. So yeah, this is a DLC tribe, folks. Hurls multiple cleavers at opponents in quick succession. Oh, I just love the sheer amount of blood that's like seemingly all over him. Like, all like, sorry, even if it's not blood, like just the sheer amount of red as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we already read about frontline warriors. Other traits. Epic trait Poison Master. Increases poison damage dealt by himself and his allies. And he has a poisoned weapon. And just again, folks, look at that axe. Like, oh my fucking god. That is metal.
It is. Is that poison? That is
Yes.
poison, yeah.
Oh, dear God. The only thing that could have made that worse is if you got an entourage, because some folks, because of the nemesis system, some Urks would actually get an entourage. Oh,
Yeah, they end up being big ballers.
oh God, that is fantastic. And I'm sorry, and I mean that because I'm admiring like the nemesis, because folks, I do absolutely love it. I love this game as much as this game will infuriate me. Actually, I could have shown you my Urks that I have in Garrison, because I do own a few. So let's see. Let's look at my Urks. I had some impressive ones in here. They're high level, just not impressive. So we had Bolg Madai, which, as you can see, he definitely has one of his eyes really badly fucked up.
Yeah.
Herod the Moaner, which, if I recall, I didn't like him, which is why he's in the Garrison. Because the way he talks, like he's constantly moaning. See, that's the armor I was referring to by the Marauders. And also, again, like I like he's a map keeper, and yet look at what he has, and the fact that he's also like he's clearly some kind of scout. I like that. Let's check out my Norok the Tower, who has all this metal shit grafted, like onto his flesh. Like look at that. Like look at his chest. See, like look at the belt sash there. Like it's like his
terror at flies.
Oh yeah. Like if he sees some Morgul flies, he'll go running. He is also vulnerable to stealth attacks, but he has 5 immunities. He is arrow-proof, poison-proof, curse-proof, frost-proof, and beast-proof.
Beast-proof?
Yep, he can't be injured by animals.
Of course he can't.
His advanced class is Assassin. He is agile. He gives you no chances. So if he drops you to 0 hit points, you're dead. He has also throwing knives. Because he's a part of the Terror tribe, he has chains that deal a large sweeping attack. Your only real way to dodge them is to dodge backwards. And he has Hunter's Spear. But that's not all. He deals cursed weapons, which will prevent you from using your elvish abilities. And his epic trait is Great Strength. Lovely. Now, if I was using my old save, I could actually show you another thing that was fun in this game, is the pit fights. You can literally pit your Urks to fight one another. To weed out the weak and make the strong stronger. But, yeah. So, Sims. Before I died there recently, I was saying Sims. Yeah. I think the Nemesis system would have been fantastic in The Sims. Because unfortunately the way Sims works, unless you populate the worlds yourselves, there will be only a set amount of, there'll be pre-generated characters.
Yeah.
And then that's it. The only way you will add more to your population of your world is by the Sims having children and so on. Now, once a child is born, it will be sort of randomized. There's that level. But imagine that instead of first initially populating the world with pre-made characters, now obviously you would have some pre-made because some Sim families are in every single Sims game, such as the Goths and the Landgrabs.
Yeah.
They've been in every single Sims game. So obviously you would pre-make them, but that would be just, you could have that pre-made so that you would have those last names, but then you could randomize everything else about them. Their appearance, their personality traits, everything. Imagine a Sims world populated like that. It would be absolutely fucking fantastic. And I love The Sims. Another great game could have been... Now, it's a bit late to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up. Because they couldn't do it because of the patent. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And the reason why I bring that up, this game up, is because in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the way your character is encouraged to follow the law, like, not kill innocents and whatnot, and to not, be charging in everywhere, is because of mercenaries. And the way the mercenary system works is, you do bad, or you're caught doing bad, such as killing your targets, someone will hire mercenaries to hunt you down and kill you. Now, ultimately, these mercenaries have really good gear on them. So you sort of want them to come after you, so that you can collect their gear, or you might hunt them down yourself. You might go to where they are, if you can find them, and then kill them. But at a certain point in the game, when you finally do become the number one mystios, to use the Greek, or at least ancient Greek term, the game will then generate new mercenaries. It will infinitely generate new mercenaries, each being a higher level than the previous.
Oh, shit!
And they will all have randomized traits and equipment. Some of them might have legendary gear, some of them might not. But like this would happen. Now, unfortunately, the AI is a bit limited. The Mystios don't really talk. It's not as stylish as this. When you first encounter an Uruk, if they survive your initial attack, it does the zoom in. The Uruk might trade barbs with you. Well, okay, your character doesn't really talk back, but the Uruks will say something to you, But so far, it's nothing like that. Which again, because they couldn't get the AI programming to do what these guys do. So imagine if they had that in the game. Like, you get a 5. Now there was tiers, like the higher your bounty went up, the more and more mercenaries would be sent after you. You could get a really fucked up situation where 3 of them are converging on your location.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and also, even if you're sailing out at sea, they also tend to have their own ships as well. So like you aren't even safe at sea. So imagine if that system had the Nemesis AI programming. It would have been fantastic, folks. And oh my god! But still though, fucking Warner Brothers, like you patent the program, you patent fucking AI technology that could have revolutionized gaming. Okay, and also, I can vaguely forgive the patent, actually. You know what? I could vaguely forgive it. But you know what? The conditions that would require me to vaguely forgive you would be if you actually fucking did something with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you sat on it, is what makes it so fucking atrocious. And then when you finally are doing something with it, you then shut down those game companies? Fuck off. You money-grubbing dicks.
You alright there?
Oh. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, so that's how Ubisoft tried to get around the Nemesis system. They had their own system, the mercenary system. Whew.
Needed that?
Yeah. And not gonna lie, makes me want to play Assassin's Creed. Just because, like, again, there are limitations what this game does. For example, you're always wearing this, like, sort of outfit, no matter what armor you unlock.
Just again, for example, you're what, sorry?
Okay, so one of the flaws of this game is, no matter what armor you equip to Talion, he's always in his default armor.
Oh, so, like, his appearance never changes?
Yeah. I'll showcase it if I ever actually... Oh, that hood. That helmet.
Takuga.
Yeah, Dark Archer. He has no title. But in some cases, Uruks will actually... if they arrive... in some situations, Uruks will actually chant the names of these Ur captains. Yeah, and again, it's impressive that the names are randomly generated. There's so many randomly generated names, and yet the AI in the game will detect the name, and they will still say it.
Cool.
Like it's just there's just so much potential.
There was.
Oh, there. Who knows? Maybe one of their other companies will finally get off their ass and do something with the Nemesis system, but. Oh, that Urk saved him. He cheated that! Ronk the Warden has now become Ronk the Survivor. And he jumped 10 levels.
Oh.
He jumped 10 levels.
As you do.
He has some new hardware, particularly around the head. I think I just cut his throat last time, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of immunities.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, we need this guy to death. He's not coming back from that, surely. Oh, we got armor. Get it. Fuck. I have a last chance. I can get away. Oh shit, he actually blocked the last chance, so I survived, but I don't do damage to him. Get the fuck. I'm level 2.
Oh, he's gonna remember your cowardice now.
Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know why. So like, unfortunately, like even though they stole the parkour system, it's nowhere near as polished as Ubisoft makes it.
No.
Especially Assassin's Creed Unity. Okay, speaking of wasted programs, now, again, I love Ubisoft. I'm a big fan of their games. But I'm going to throw some shit at you guys now. Why the okay, I understand it with Eivor. I truly fucking do. But why is it that we have not had a parkour system like Assassin's Creed Unity in so fucking long? Now, I have not seen footage of... sorry, we are getting it in Shadows. Sorry. My bad. Mea culpa. We are getting it in Shadows. But why is it that from what little I've seen of Mirage, the parkour system seems to be very similar to what we got in Assassin's Creed, like Syndicate and whatnot. And keep in mind, Syndicate came after Unity. So why the fuck is only Assassin's Creed Unity the one with the fucking perfectly seamless parkour of going up and down buildings? Like, oh my fucking god. And yet, like, now again, I know you're trying to make each protagonist of Assassin's Creed sort of unique. Like, fair enough. But you have characters that are literally raised as assassins. Oh shit. I don't know when we get our last chance back. Fuck.
I think you get a new last chance after you die.
No, it must be... Oh god, he's taking Tar Killer as his title. Oh god, he's so happy, he's so pleased with himself. And also, you don't get to name yourself. That's not how it works. That's not how titles should work.
JJ, let the child have his moment.
Okay, I will say, he did get a nice look. Battle reports. Today Urks kill each other. Really? He can... Oh yeah, because he's still going to do his own shit and potentially get stronger. So let's see. You're an outlaw. You look like you're more part of the fucking necromancer tribe. There is an actual necromancer tribe. Let's see. What is your class? You're a tank. You have bolas. So like, imagine an Assassin's Creed game where enemies like could have like all these different kinds of weapons like in systems like, or even Hitman. Imagine if you make a Hitman game with a Nemesis system. Like, you're just living the life of either Agent 47 or even just any generic assassin game. No, like the whole point of the game is just it's like an assassin simulator, you know, and you're just living your life. Actually, no, sorry, I was throwing shit at Ubisoft before I got into that. So yeah, fucking Ubisoft, come on. Like, I know we're getting it in shadows with, and again, it looks fucking seamless the way she moves, especially even including what's it called? How she used the grappling hook. And again, I understand with Eivor, he should not have been acrobatic or parkoury because he's a Viking. Vikings are not known for their acrobatics. Now I know I'm stereotyping. I'm not a historian. I don't know if there is not like some kind of parkour like ninja Vikings, but where did you fucking come from?
Well, you see, when a mommy orc and a daddy orc love... Oh, no, wait, that's Rings of Power's version of the orcs. Sorry, no, these guys are formed from torture and maiming and stuff like that.
Initially, yeah, but at some point, at this rate, they would have ran out of elves to corrupt. So there must be female orcs. They probably just keep them at home. Because of them being such a warlike species, they probably would keep them somewhere safe for the purposes of keeping their tribe alive.
My rule of thumb when it comes to... unless Tolkien outright stated it, it's not in there.
Yeah, but there's only so much there's so much grey area that he left.
True, but again, it's kind of thing of like Tolkien was never really one for leaving things to interpretation. Like, he was very much like, again, he was a wordsmith. He was very literal. Like, if it's like yes, there were themes in his books, but he never did subtext. Like, if it wasn't plainly stated, like, it's just
oh yeah. But the thing is, though, he never outrightly stated that all orcs are corrupted elves.
Did he not? I thought he did.
No, that's their origin of the species. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. Like yeah, their origin of the species should be
Sorry, my
corrupted elves, because like that is 100% canon. But at a certain point, like, what happened to the corrupted? Why is it only males that are corrupted? See the fail logic in that, and again, like, if that's the only way, and keep in mind, it was only Morgoth that actually did it. Sauron didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you can, for some reason, Morgoth and Sauron are unable to create their whole new species. Now, Sauron did create werewolves and vampires, but that's because he shapeshifted into the first one. So he is the progenitor of all vampires and werewolves. But then after he turned a few others, and then they turned a few others, and then they bred, that's how then the plague got spread.
Oh, right.
So, like, based on the fact that werewolves and vampires could spread and have offspring, like, again, because of the warlike nature of orcs, I can see that, like, they would keep their females, like, you know, in secure locations, because, again, they don't want, like, their whole tribe to be wiped out. Now, obviously, it would have been badass to see some, like, you know, female orcs that were just, you know, born, like, they were, like, abnormalities that were, oh shit, I went to interrogate you. Maybe they were, like, you know, massive, like, strong, like, and they refused to just be, you know, brood mothers or whatever. It's sort of like the way Darkspawn are in Dragon Age. Darkspawn are created through corrupted means as well, similar to orcs, except with females. Oh, there's a whole twisted fucking other shit involved with females. If you watch my Dragon Age Origins video and like videos, like, you'll see what goes on. So Darkspawn are also born. They're created by corrupting others, but they're also born. Ugh. Again, Dragon Age. It's one of the reasons why I want to get back to Veilguard so badly, is because, like, we're going back to the Darkspawn as the main antagonist, or actually even the source of all Darkspawn as the antagonists, and that oh God, I'm getting excited. Sorry, folks. I love lore, and I love it when it's story. And I love it when a game, pulls me in. Because I haven't felt this way about a Dragon Age game since Dragon Age Origins. Like Dragon Age 2, yeah, it was fun seeing the political stuff, but there wasn't like... it was always the Darkspawn that interested me, and the only bit... No, sorry, Dragon Age 2 did pull me in, but it was the DLC that had the Winter Mage. Actually, I should kill that flag banner guy. He is just in range. I have no last chances. Actually, what I'm Googling. When do I get a last chance? But yeah. So, yeah, Ubisoft. You should have done like a decent parkour system after Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, I think we're pretty much done shitting on companies and the bullshit they did. But yeah, no, I do want... I'm sorry, I brought this up before. Nintendo, to me, is the worst company. And I want to explain why. I never fully explained why.
Mm-hmm.
So... Now, Sony is a close second, followed by EA, and then actually, you know what? No, Warner Brothers. You are now officially, in my opinion, the third worst company because of the patenting of this Nemesis system. Because you sat on it for 10 years and did nothing with it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, you're now the third worst company because of this. But anyway, so Nintendo is the worst company because not only were they dicks to the developers' pals. Now, keep in mind, folks, I don't like Pal Worlds. Don't like it. Doesn't interest me. I don't know if it's the aesthetic or what. I just don't like it. Okay, but I will stick up for them. I do not like how Nintendo handled that situation. I don't like how they basically robbed from Assassin's Creed. Now again, Ubisoft doesn't have a patent on the tower system, but they've been doing the tower system they've even done it, I think, before Assassin's Creed. I think the first time they did it was in Far Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they Ubisoft's been doing that tower systems stuffs and for decades now. So if anyone it is a signature of theirs. Now, do other companies do it? Yeah. For example, this game does it. So, and there's no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that. They didn't patent it. They're like, oh, you're doing it? Okay. Cool. Again, as I said, I have my own grudges with Ubisoft. For example, the unfluidity of parkour in Assassin's Creed Unity that I just talked about, and their whole shit show with Yosuke, and again releasing a broken game like Assassin's Creed, Star Wars Outlaws, yeah. Because otherwise, fair fucking play. I loved, for example, folks, I loved Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That was so fun. Oh, I absolutely really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed Fallen Order as well. I enjoy
Fallen Order is EA, isn't it?
Oh yeah, shit, the EA. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, don't give Ubisoft credit for that.
Yeah, no. But I will give them credit for their other Assassin's Creed games, and their Far Cry's. Even though Far Cry is not my favorite franchise, I still play it. But I'm more of a fan of their Assassin's Creed. And I do like their Tom Clancy games. A few of their Tom Clancy games.
Hey, yeah.
But yeah, no. Ubisoft, you're a good company in terms of the end result after you fucking patch your shit. And you tell fun stories. I still wish you would have just had Yosuke be your mentor instead of a playable character. Anyway, that side. But Nintendo, they aggressively went after the developers of Pal Worlds. Also, let's not forget the over 2 decades of them aggressively going after emulators and emulating sites. Now, okay, now before people come down at me and be like, well, technically that's encouraging pirating. Okay, first off, all those emulator sites, some of the most famous emulator sites had very strict rules. First off, one of the rules was, and they always made that clear, first off, the emulator had to be for a console that is no longer in mass production.
Yep.
Second, the games had to either have to be the original design that are no longer being released digitally or physically.
Mm-hmm.
And so by those two simple fucking rules, like,
it's literally just giving people access to games that
classics
aren't available anymore.
Yeah. That's all it was. There weren't patent. Now, there are some people that attempt to emulate Switches, and in some cases they have succeeded. But like, the most famous of these sites that were sued for millions by Nintendo were not. They were like, no. You can actually report a game or a system that broke those two major rules.
Yep.
Like, and that's the crazy thing, folks, is Nintendo so aggressively went after them. Now, again, I could honestly forgive that if they would if they would do what Sony and Microsoft do with their current consoles, which is backwards fucking compatibility.
Or make their own emulators for they have the technology to do it. And
like the Xbox.
They just don't.
Folks, when you're playing on the Xbox Series X or the Series S or even the Xbox One, when you play a 360 game or even an Xbox original game, did you know all your Xbox is doing is it's opening up an emulator? You're technically playing. You're technically not playing your Xbox One. You're technically playing an emulator on your Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
To play
That's
a 360
how the backwards compatibility system works.
Yeah. So the fact that Nintendo is not doing this, and keep in mind, a lot of their previous games were handheld. They were pixelated. They weren't that. They're not that difficult to recreate.
No.
Like, look at the Pokemon franchise, folks. Did you know, folks, you cannot play from Gen 1 all the way to the current gen on a Switch. Do you know how much fucking money Nintendo could make if they did that? If Nintendo announced, hey guys, for they can even do it. Okay, if they want to make big money, like AAA game money, like they could easily then bundle them up, like 1, 2, and 3, €70 total. Then 4, 5, and 6, another €70. They could do that. They could even have they could even do a subscription system. You know, there are so many ways that they could make big money if they were to announce that all previous Pokemon games were going to be playable on the Switch. If they announced that, oh boy! Wait till you see the fucking money come in.
Yeah, and they have shown they're capable of doing it. Like, for example, you could play Game Boy, like old Game Boy games on the Game Boy Advance and the SP. You could play
Nintendo
DS
64
games on the 3DS. Yeah.
So, like on the Switch, because folks, they advertise it on the Switch. You can play the classic Zelda, the very pixelated look down.
the original, the top down one,
yeah, you can play the original Zelda games on the Switch. So if you can play, if that Switch can play that, why the fuck can it not do Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, or in the case of Japan, Green? Yes, there is a Pokemon Green, but it's only sold in Japan.
But I think the advanced version gave us Leaf Green instead.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So, folks, come on. And
the whole thing of but the technology time bullshit. Like, Aspire took 6 PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 Tomb Raider games, infamously horrible on modern consoles, and successfully remade them so they could be played perfectly on modern consoles. Mm-hmm. It can be done. It's just that they just don't want.
And again, folks, we're talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, like these are Game Boy games. This would be if emulators can play them on the PC without issue, then they can absolutely do this on their new consoles.
And also, now that aside, there's more, folks. Why they're now my number one hated list. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I will still. I have a Switch. I will still play. I will still play Pokemon. I will still play Zelda games. But it's not. It's only because of one simple fucking fact. Compared to Sony, when it comes to exclusivity, Nintendo makes Sony look like saints. The fact that you can have all these other game developers and games on the Switch, but I dare you to look across Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and look for a Zelda game. Look for a Mario game. Look for a Pokemon game.
Yeah, I mean, despite my many grievances with Sony, they are actually starting to move a lot of their games to PC. They just do it like a year later, but they're still starting to do it. Like, Nintendo is still in the, oh, well, we're a family console. Yeah, I've seen your anime games. You're not a family console.
You can't claim that if you're allowing anime games. But again, like, and see, like, they allow Witcher. Witcher 3 is on the Nintendo Switch. Hogwarts Legacy is on the Switch.
You can play Doom on the Switch, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so folks,
the violent ones.
Yeah. So forget the whole forget that whole thing. The hypocrisy that they will reach out to other companies. Now, see, this is where again, some of these companies are owned by other companies, like we said, like they're subsidiaries to others. Like for example, Bethesda with Doom being owned by Microsoft, and again, funny enough, there was Bethesda was very close to being only exclusive to PC and Xbox. They were very close to becoming exclusive until Microsoft stepped in. And again, this is how companies should act, folks. Now, like again, some people might end up calling me a Microsoft fanboy, but the fact is that Bethesda was going to become an Xbox PC exclusive. But then Microsoft, because of a disagreement with Sony, but then Microsoft bought Bethesda and then very quickly announced that their games will not become exclusive because they do not agree with exclusivity.
Yeah, they're again like the reason why I would actually prefer Microsoft over Sony at this point is Microsoft is being like, yeah, the console wars are fucking stupid. Why are people still talking about it?
They're also heavily pushing for cross-platforming.
Yeah. Sony is the only one that's like people like PlayStation and PC Helldivers players like, when can Xbox get them? We need more Helldivers. When can they get the game too? And
yeah,
like,
can you imagine? One of our Sabersmith posted an amazing GIF, a video about when Xbox finally gets Helldivers.
Oh yeah, and it's the
Halo.
ODSTs.
Yeah, and it's the Halo scene. Like, but every ship has like a different Xbox company game on it. Like the ODST players, Halo, like all have like it's the scene from Mass Effect 3, and again, it would totally be fucking true. Like ODST players would fucking love Helldivers. I love Helldivers, and I was
Helldivers is so fun.
I was an ODST player. But anyway, but yeah, folks, it's just. So yeah, Nintendo is my number one hated company because of this. And again, if it wasn't for my love of Pokemon games and for the fact that I would love to do like a Pokemon Nuzlocke for my channel at some point, like it's yeah. But the thing is, I want to do it throughout all the generations.
Now, okay.
Now I'm a small enough channel that maybe I could get away with some emulators. And they won't spot me on YouTube.
It is a risky move.
It is a risky move, but again, I'm a small YouTuber.
At the same time, though, you've got people on Twitch and stuff that live stream their Nuzlocks.
Yes, exactly. So and they are using older Pokemon games, which they must be using emulators. Actually, no, because again, that's hard to say because some of them might actually have. Because you can buy jury rig DSs and whatnot to connect to a PC.
True.
So, if I knew if they were, again, like I said, I'm a small YouTuber. I could potentially risk it and do a Pokemon Yellow. I would always go with the third. Well, if I was to do it, it would be the third game of every gen. So it would be Pokemon Yellow for Gen 1. Crystal for Gen 2, Emerald for Gen 3. I don't know what was the third one for...
Oh,
the fourth generation.
Gen 4 was Diamond and Pearl, so I think
Platinum.
Platinum, yes.
Funny enough, I actually owned the remake of Pearl for the Switch.
Any good?
It's alright. Apparently they took out Pokemon contests.
I heard about that. I hated that.
Yeah. Because it was a fun like alternative to what you wanted to do as a Pokemon trainer. And they say that's what I like about Scarlet. Is like it's like, oh, you a huge skill thing. You go off and make your own adventure. You can help the principal taking down some delinquents. You can go with your rival and battle against the gym leaders and battle each other, or you can help this one guy fight off legendary Pokemon so he can make the ultimate sandwich. And like I'm like, that is easily 3 replayable, but that easily makes the game. Now you can do all 3 in one playthrough, but like theoretically you could do like one playthrough focus on one. So like there's a lot of replayability in Scarlet, and I do like the fact that you can make sandwiches, and because I love sandwiches in real life. They're my favorite food.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, like Nintendo, like these 3 companies really need to have some cop on. Now, luckily enough, unfortunately, Nintendo has not gotten any level of fucking pushback, which is somehow mind-boggling.
Yeah.
In this current age, especially of the internet, because like so many things that don't deserve to get hated on. Like I will still stand by Velgard. You know, I will still stand by the Assassin's Creed games. You know, look at, again, the whole prequels. Star Wars prequels got fucking hated on for so many years.
Yeah.
Like, and yet,
I say this as a prequel lover. There are things to
oh yeah, no, there is. So. But like the level of hate that they got was just way out of proportion.
Yeah.
And
like,
yeah,
keep in mind, like sometimes the hate towards the games are more so a result as people just hating the attitude of the devs. You know, like I have like no issue with the idea of Shadows. I just hate Ubisoft for what they did leading up to the release.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. But again, people also hate on Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origin, apparently because the volume of quests in it.
Oh, I think you told me this before.
Yeah, and that's why Assassin's Creed Valhalla went the way that they did. But again, like there are some games that just get hate on just because like it's very fun to just hate on something, especially on the internet where you have anonymity.
Yeah.
But somehow, Nintendo has avoided so much hate for the bullshit they've done, which is my oh shit. Why am I've been talking and on the whole screen? Sorry, folks. Which is mind-boggling. Like, how the fuck in this day and age can you get away with this shit and not get any kind of critique? Where like you can get your critique for so many other bullshit. This is way too many. Oh god, he's drunk. But yeah, Nintendo didn't get any hate. Like, look at. I want to point out to these next 2 companies on my list. Like EA, when they tried some of their bullshit with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Oh boy, that was entertaining. Watching the fans explode was so fucking entertaining. And then watching them backtrack the loot box system was so entertaining. Sony got stood up by other companies, so fair enough. Like they Square Enix stood up to them, which then snowballed. But when fans were potentially losing other games, like for example the whole Bethesda thing, like fans really were calling or going apeshit over that. So like people call out Sony for their exclusivity bullshit, especially PC players. So like those 2 companies get called out, and yeah, no one touches Nintendo. And then part of me is like, how? Why? Like, what makes Nintendo so... Oh shit, I got hit by a catapult. What makes Nintendo bulletproof? You know? Like, am I crazy in just feeling like Nintendo should be getting some level of critique? And it's just crazy that they don't.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that one. There are things they deserve to be criticized for, but for one reason or other, it could just be influence as well. Like especially in Japan, like they are like the top game company over there, so that is a factor.
But
There's
see, the
also
thing
the
is,
fact that I think it's also
Sony's big in Japan as well.
well, yeah, they're both Japanese companies, but yeah, I think because the thing with Nintendo is as well is I think, as cliche as it is the nostalgia factor because Nintendo is like they've been going since like the 80s. They've been linked to so many the childhoods of like not just our generation but generations prior. So it is kind of one of those things that oh no, why would the company that made Mario? Why they're not bad? Stop hating on the Mario makers. You're just a hater. It's like no, they've objectively done horrible shit and will continue and just don't give a shit.
You know,
It's
that's believable. Why am I attacking a level 15? What? Why? This is I'm being stupid.
it happens.
And he's a tracker.
Oh, so if you run away, he's just gonna find you.
I believe so. Let's see here. Seeks you out no matter where you hide. Summoning reinforcements.
You kind of shot yourself in the foot with this one.
Sounds a horn and you caught your trail. Nearby orcs will join a hunting party and track you down. He's a trapper. He's of the Mystic tribe. And now, I like actually now we're starting, like, okay, so a level, I think it's because they're above level 10. So if they're beneath level 10, they won't have their tribe, outfits on them.
Mm.
But I do like the Mystic tribe. They do tend to look cool. And he has a fucking crossbow.
And as for his weaknesses, you have to gain intel.
Yep, I don't know anything about him. He has a gang of warriors, so he has a gang of melee fighters to help cover him. He has a cursed weapon, which means if he hits me, I cannot heal or use any of my ghost powers. And he is poison proof. Okay. Bye! Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It's not worth it.
And I got hit by another catapult. Lovely.
No, I think he threw a Molotov at you.
No, they would have to have a specific ability. Thank you for the help.
Oh, that's what you're doing to them.
Yeah,
I've seen you do that a few times, and their heads explode.
Oh yeah, that's if you they can survive one.
Oh, okay. If you do it a second time.
Yeah, or if they don't have enough health. Or if it's a green one and you're completely extracting intel from their minds. Or if it's a stealth one like that. Oh my god, are they still following me?
Well, he is a master tracker.
He's not there though. It's his minions.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this game does. Again, imagine a Batman game with this, and you can do it because there's some rogue galleries that do have some really the League of Assassins.
Yeah, like Ra's al Ghul or even Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And even in games like Marvel, you've got what's his name? I can't remember the name. He memorizes people's moves.
Taskmaster.
That's it. Thank you.
But the thing is also and again like in the Injustiverse, they had drugs and chemicals that they all injected themselves with so they can stand on par with one another. So there's ways to argue of why some henchmen may be getting enhanced, now again it wasn't exactly the Bane Venom what Bane uses, but there's all this weird shit again if anyone who's played the Injustice or read the Injustice comics,
yeah, it's like a pill that gives you Superman's powers kind of thing.
Yeah, well, or at least you won't get one shot.
Yeah, which is it was their best way of explaining the game mechanics because there are so many characters that if they went up against another character, their skull would cave in from one punch.
Yeah, and also enhance their reflexes, which is why they can handle the Flash as well. Oh yeah, I got some armor, so I wanted to show that off, and also I don't have a last chance, so it still hasn't recharged. So let's see. This is what I mean. I'm going to get to a cutscene after I equip this. So hopefully it'll be different. Okay, it's different enough. Okay. So you can easily tell that this will be different than what I was wearing previously. So we'll just get to a cutscene. So this is my only flaw with this game. Like,
well, I can kind of understand it for the cutscenes because like the character has a specific design, and if you're going around like with different skins and stuff like that.
I know I can understand skins, but to ignore like equipable armor, like what's the point of having equipable armor that has like its own that has its own appearance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I suppose because it's showing up in the gameplay. So I don't know. For me personally, like, all right, they have a specific.
They did that
idea they want to go for.
See, here's the thing: they did it for. They didn't do equipable armor for Assassin's Creed for Shadow of Mordor. They only introduced it in Shadow of
Mordor?
War.
Oh, War.
So like it was introduced in this game. The only thing you could have equipped was runes onto your weapons. That was it.
Oh,
so in this game, they're like, oh no, you can equip armor now, and whatnot. So
I'm sorry, that running animation is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, when you go ghostly, yeah, it looks
running,
better when
running
you.
Like...
It looks better here, but like once you activate the ghost speed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but and people watching, he runs like Forrest Gump in that scene where he's just running for miles and miles.
So like, look, there you go. We're back to our default. Not a fan of it. Yeah. And again, this is what I mean. Like the Nemesis system in any RPG, like could have been again. It could have revolutionized RPGs. Like again, imagine Assassin's Creed with it, Red Dead Redemption, Sims,
Skyrim.
Okay, Skyrim came after it, but yeah, like oh my god, imagine the next Elder Scrolls with it.
RPG similar to that, like the Fallout series, like so many different
Fallout
games
4
utilize this.
Oh, and I love Fallout 4. Like oh my god, that would have been so fun. Yeah. Okay, I don't know how we would have implemented actually with a first-person game. But I would have loved Bethesda to try. Oh.
Yeah, that's
because Raiders, yeah, they could have given. Oh, Raiders could have had like their own like different tribes, aesthetics, like Borderlands, because that was actually the intent of Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 was originally meant to have different looking bandits based on their previous tribe before the twins, united them. Because that was part of their original trailer. Like if you look at the original trailer, they had like different looking outfits and whatnot. But when the game came out, all the bandits look alike. Even though she was supposed to have united all the bandit clans all over Pandora. So yeah, oh my god, there's so many games that could have like really used the Nemesis system. And also, and here's the thing, Borderlands actually does have a respawn system where your character don't just respawn from your last save point or save point. You literally go, like it's a new you. So like you could have, like let's say you get killed by a bandit or some kind of enemy, especially when I can talk, so we'll stick with bandits. Let's say you get killed by a bandit. You respawn at a new you lose, 10% of your current money. Which I always hated about Borderlands. I always wondered what would happen if you died with zero money. I'm going to try that out now, because it's supposed to take 10% of your current money.
Yeah, I imagine it's just a game over thing.
I'm wondering. I'm gonna have to try it out. But anyway, so yeah, you die, you respawn, you lose 10% of your money. You then go to X location where you previously died. Boom. The bandits could have then speaking to you. Now, maybe not zoom in like they do in this game, but like, oh god, it's so much potential. Fuck you, Warner Brothers, and fuck you, Nintendo, and fuck you, EA. And fuck you,
Sony. Yeah,
can't forget Sony.
Yeah.
Because they're the reason why I have to wait so fucking long for Final Fantasy Rebirth, and now I'm gonna have to wait so fucking long for the final part of that fucking goddamn trilogy. Now, mind you, folks, I will be doing a Let's Play series once I'm finished either Dragon Age or Assassin's Creed. Most likely Dragon Age. because there's only 2 games left in that series. Oh no, I can't wait for Veilguard again. Oh, and I'll be starting a whole new. And by the way, folks, it will be completely different. I'll be completely new as opposed to what I did in for the Veilguard 10-hour review thing. So it will be a completely new save. Oh, damn. Oh, can't wait. Also, can't wait for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh,
Can't wait for what?
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Ah.
Oh, again, despite the Yosuke thing. Also, you know, I'll tell you this after, folks. Anyway, folks, I'm the Celtic nerd.
I've been Skull.
One name.
One guy.